Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to your personal revolution.
Hi, everyone.
If you're, maybe in your 40s and you're feeling that sort of pull for something more, especially maybe in your relationships or just unlocking your own potential.
Then yeah, you've definitely landed in the right place.
Absolutely.
You're here to explore how you can really connect better with yourself first and then build those stronger, more fulfilling relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always about grand gestures, right? It's more about understanding what makes us all tick.
It really is. I'm Biba Dura. And as a life and mindset coach, I see it all the time, how our own internal stuff, those beliefs we don't even realize we have, the emotional habits, they can be the biggest roadblocks, honestly, in creating the love and the life that you actually want. So my focus is really helping you spot those blocks and navigate through them.
And I'm Max. Working alongside B, my role is kind of bringing a practical angle to all this.
Mm-hmm.
I look at how we can use, let's say, clearer frameworks, tangible shifts in how you see things, really to build healthier connections and, unlock that personal growth we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it like providing the actionable steps that really work hand in hand with B's insights into the why.
Exactly, because ultimately our mission working together here is to give you both the understanding and the practical tools.
Tools you can use.
Yes, tools you can actually use to, take charge, to actively shape your personal evolution, especially in how you relate to yourself and to other people.
We really believe that understanding your own mind, your own patterns, and the dynamics in your relationships, that's just key. It's fundamental to living a more empowered and, frankly, more joyful life.
It is.
It's about spotting those patterns, maybe ones you've been repeating, and then making conscious choices to do things differently.
So if you're ready to really dive into what it takes to build those stronger bonds and tap into your potential right now at this stage of life, then stick with us.
We're genuinely excited to explore these really important parts of personal growth with you.
Welcome, truly, to your personal revolution.
Okay, so just as we sort of close out this initial thought, maybe consider this. Your personal revolution, whether it's in relationships or just your own growth, it isn't really about finding some, perfect finish line.
That's such a good point. It's not. It's really an ongoing thing, right? A process of learning, changing, evolving.
Exactly.
So maybe just think about this. What's one small shift? Just one tiny change in how you think about yourself, maybe, or how you approach a relationship. What's one thing you could perhaps explore? Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into something that's really running the show behind the scenes for all of us.
Yeah, we're talking about unconscious patterns.
Exactly. These invisible forces sort of shaping our decisions, our relationships, even how we feel about ourselves, often without us having a clue.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is really to unpack this, understand what these patterns actually are,
Right, and how they show up, sometimes in really surprising ways.
And crucially, how we can maybe start to shift them to live a bit more authentically.
That's the goal. So when we talk about these unconscious patterns, what we really mean are these deeply ingrained habits, mental habits, emotional reactions, ways of behaving.
Operating below the surface.
Completely below our conscious radar. Think of it like background software that's always running on your computer.
And the scale of this is just, it's kind of staggering. Some of the neuroscience suggests that up to 95%, of what our brain is doing, processing information, reacting, it's all happening unconsciously.
It's a huge percentage.
Yeah.
It really drives home how much of our experience is on autopilot.
So this software, it often gets installed really early on, doesn't it? Like in childhood.
Absolutely. Our early experiences, especially with caregivers, lay down these foundational patterns. They become these internal programs, these filters.
Filters for what?
For everything, really. How we perceive a situation, how we interpret what someone says or does, what emotions get triggered automatically.
All before we've even had a chance to consciously think about it.
Exactly. Take attachment styles, for instance. How we learn to connect with our earliest caregivers, that creates a sort of template, maybe anxious, maybe avoidant. And that template then influences our adult relationships in massive ways, often completely outside our awareness. We just find ourselves acting in certain ways.
Okay, so there are these powerful hidden programs often set up ages ago. How do they actually, pop up in everyday life? Where do we see them causing trouble?
Oh, they show up in very common, often painful ways. One big one is repeating unhealthy relationship dynamics.
Right, like always picking the same type, even if that type isn't good for you.
Precisely. Maybe you keep finding yourself drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable or critical, mirroring something from your past, even though consciously you want closeness and support.
Yeah, that pattern feels familiar to a lot of people, I think.
It really does. Another huge area is self-sabotage, often tied to limiting beliefs we picked up somewhere.
Like what kind of beliefs?
Well, a really common one is that deep down feeling of, I'm not good enough.
Ah, yes.
And if that belief is running unconsciously, it can actually drive behaviors that undermine your success or happiness in your career, your health goals, anything. It's like you're tripping yourself up without knowing why.
So it's not just about what we do, it's this inner voice, this hidden script that's directing things.
Exactly. And you see it too with things like difficulty setting boundaries, feeling unable to say no, ending up feeling resentful or drained. It's like this loop effect. You hit a situation that feels even vaguely familiar to an old wound, and boom, the same old emotional reaction kicks in, the same habitual behavior follows. It keeps you kind of stuck.
Okay, that does sound a bit discouraging, like we're puppets pulled by hidden strings. But there's hope, right? These aren't set in stone.
No, absolutely not. Far from it. This is where neuroplasticity is such a game changer.
The brain's ability to change.
Exactly. Our brains can physically rewire themselves throughout our lives. Shifting these deep patterns isn't, a quick fix, but it's completely possible. There's a path.
What does that path look like? Where do you even start with something unconscious?
Well, it really has to start with awareness, just noticing.
Noticing what specifically?
Noticing your recurring reactions, those knee-jerk emotional responses, maybe physical sensations that come up in certain situations, or just seeing the same outcomes happening again and again. Things like mindfulness or maybe journaling about difficult moments can help create a pause, a space to see the pattern as it's happening instead of just being swept away by it. You might notice, whenever I feel criticized, I shut down. That's awareness.
Right. Spotting the trigger and the automatic response. Okay, so awareness first. Then what?
Then comes compassion. And this is really key.
Compassion for the pattern.
Yes, or rather compassion for the part of you that needed that pattern. Understanding that it probably served a purpose once. Maybe it was a way to cope, to feel safe when you were younger.
Ah, so not judging it as bad.
Exactly. Approaching it with kindness actually helps disarm it. Fighting it or hating it often just makes it stronger. Understanding its origins allows you to start letting it go.
Okay, awareness, compassion, and then the actual changing part, the rewiring.
That's what we could call intentional realignment. It's consciously choosing a different response when you feel that old pattern kick in.
So practicing a new behavior.
Yes, even if it feels awkward or uncomfortable at first. If your pattern is to withdraw when feeling insecure, maybe you intentionally practice expressing that feeling vulnerably, just a little bit. It takes patience, lots of self-kindness.
And it's not like flipping a switch.
No, definitely not. It's incremental, small steps. Some days you'll manage the new response. Other days the old pattern might win. That's okay. It's nonlinear.
So bringing this all together, why should you, listening right now, really invest the time and energy in this? It sounds like deep work.
Because, honestly, ignoring this stuff just means staying stuck. It means letting your past dictate your present and future. But actively working with these patterns, that leads to real transformation.
Like what? What are the payoffs?
Greater emotional resilience, for one. You're not thrown off balance so easily. Healthier connections with people because you're relating from a more authentic place. More clarity in your choices. More confidence. Ultimately, a deeper sense of peace and self-acceptance.
It sounds like an investment in a life that feels more real, more aligned with who you are now.
It absolutely is. It's about creating a life that truly feels like yours, based on your conscious values today, not old programming.
Moving from autopilot to conscious choice. So we've talked about what these unconscious patterns are, how they show up, the pathway to start shifting them, awareness, compassion, intentional action, and why this deep dive matters.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with as you reflect on all this is the potential for change really does reside within you. The choice fundamentally is yours. Moment by moment, are you going to continue being led unconsciously by those old scripts? Or are you going to choose to step into conscious authorship, to start writing the next chapter of your life from this place of awareness and intention?
A powerful question. And so we often hear from you, right, about reaching that point where you just, you sense there's something more, that feeling.
Yeah, like you're capable of breaking through something. And honestly, from everything we've seen guiding people, that feeling, it's usually spot on.
Absolutely. There's this incredible potential inside everyone, and it often just starts with acknowledging, okay, I'm ready to move past this thing that feels limiting.
And what's really interesting is that those limits, they are always these, huge concrete walls. Sometimes it's more subtle.
Like habits of thinking.
Exactly. Or emotional patterns that maybe keep you going in circles. The real key, we find, is sort of bringing those unconscious things into the light.
Right. Creating space for something new by seeing the old patterns. And, guiding people through this, the biggest hurdle isn't always the big change itself. It's often just getting started.
That first step, it's shifting from just wanting it to, well, actively doing something about it.
Yeah, making that conscious choice to actually engage with those maybe emotional blocks or beliefs.
And look, if you're feeling that readiness, if this conversation resonates and you're thinking, okay, I want to take that step, we've actually designed something specific for this.
We have. It's a focused experience we're calling Your Personal Revolution.
Think of it as a dedicated pathway, a way to really begin that process of breaking free,
Mm-hmm. And over 7 days, the main goal really is to help you start identifying and understanding those emotional blockages.
Yeah, and the limiting beliefs, too, that might be holding you back from, feeling the way you actually want to feel deep down.
It's about kicking off a genuine shift, starting that deeper transformation inside.
When it's practical. That's important. Each day you get a specific task. It's not just theory.
No vague ideas. These are actionable things, exercises designed to boost your self-awareness.
Right, and connect you with what really feels authentic for you.
So the real value here, it's about actively participating in your own emotional transformation, day by day.
You'll be taking concrete steps, little by little, to understand and work through whatever feels stuck.
And to help you with that, especially in this initial phase, we've put together some specialized tools.
Yeah, and inspiring materials, too, things drawn from our experience and work. It's all structured, step by step.
So you can navigate it without feeling, completely overwhelmed by it all.
Exactly.
And we really believe that this kind of opportunity, this chance to initiate real personal change, it should be accessible to anyone who feels that pull towards growth.
Absolutely. Which is why we wanted to offer this Your Personal Revolution Challenge with a name your price approach.
Meaning you decide the value you want to place on this 7-day experience.
Based on what feels right for you, what fits your situation right now, and I guess your commitment level to starting this journey.
It puts you in control right from the start.
Yeah. You're in the driver's seat.
So if this is speaking to you, if you're feeling that inner nudge towards something more, and you feel ready to take that really crucial first step, you can find all the details, everything you need to know about how to join the 7-day Your Personal Revolution. It's all available via the link in our profile description.
We genuinely believe in your potential for positive change. We see it all the time.
We do.
Consider this an invitation, really. An invitation to start exploring that potential within you.
And to begin creating that emotional freedom you're looking for. It's possible.
It really is. Just take that first step.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No